I grew up in an open adoption. I think one reality about open adoption people don't understand is that I have four parents. I have my adopters who raised me, I have my natural mother who gave birth to me and who I've known for my entire life, and then I have my natural father who's out there in Ireland who's kept me a secret from pretty much everyone in his life. These people are all in some way or another my parents, and I have complicated relationships with every single one of them. Lately, I've seen a lot of conversations online about open adoption not being co-parenting. This is actually exactly how adoption agencies, consultants, lawyers, and facilitators will advertise open adoption. Hey, participate in adoption. It can be an open adoption, but just so you know, it is not co-parenting. There's no way this can be co-parenting. I hear that and just cringe. I mean, what a damaging and backwards attitude to have about an institution that's supposed to be a mechanism of child welfare, something that's supposed to serve adopted people. And here we are advertising to hopeful adopters, hey, you're gonna be the unconditional parent. This is about you. Open adoption is really complicated, and I think in America, it represents a level of political apathy we have towards marginalized families, that rather than supporting these families and their children, we would rather take poor children and put them in rich families and kind of try to kill two birds with one stone, where we solve rich people's infertility problems by giving them poor babies. And I think this idea we have about open adoption not being co-parenting is something we as a nation should really explore, if not challenge. Where is this coming from? What is motivating us to say that open adoption is not co-parenting? Because when I look at it, it's pretty obvious. You have one family on one side that wants to take care of a child, wants to give this child the best life possible, but often doesn't have the financial or political capital to raise their own children. On the other side, you have a family that pays $50,000 and says, I want this to be my child. Open adoption is a marketing tactic, straight up. It is a way of convincing pregnant people to relinquish their children under the pretext that they will have more access to their children than they probably will actually have. And it's a way of selling to adopters that, hey, you know what, this child will have a connection to their family, but ultimately, you're the parents now. I grew up knowing I have four parents and having relationships with three of them, and I just cannot fathom how people in this world, in cases of adoption, will still argue that adopted people should have less family members who love them, that they should only have two parents because two is the right number. Adoption agencies will say open adoption's in the best interest of adopted people. They will say that adopted people deserve connections to their family, but they will never be able to prove what it is about the act of being parented in some capacity by our families of origin that is so damaging to adopted people. The only thing that can be damaged by acknowledging natural parents as parents is an adoption agency's ability to sell children for $50,000 each.